Greetings, friends and family, and welcome to episode number 10 of Baba Talks. Can you believe we made it to 10 episodes? With as busy as life has been and as much has been going on, I'm actually performing a miracle getting number 10 out. So let me just inform everyone about some of the things that have been going on. I was holding off on doing another Baba Talks because I was in negotiations with Disney. Now, don't get too excited. They fell through because, as it turns out, the mouse doesn't have as deep pockets as everyone thinks. But I wanted to be able to put out Baba Talks 10 and talk about what was going to be happening with Disney, but it's not. But since you guys are here and you're always willing to be have my back, so to say, and listen to what's going on in Baba's world, I just wanted to let you know. So if I was missing in action a little bit, it was because I was doing a lot of planning in the background with the potential Disney thing. So since that's not happening, let's put that behind us. And let's talk about things that are upcoming. Obviously, I've got a few international trips. So in a few weeks, I'll be in Senegal. And I'm going to really try to shoot a couple of Baba Talks while I'm in Senegal. I'm going to do my best, y'all. And after that, I'll be going to Argentina. There's some other things on the horizon, but I'm not going to talk about those until they come closer. All right. And the thing I need from all of you, and I really appreciate it when you do this, is whenever I travel and you guys are like following me on social media and you comment, I have to tell you, it goes a long way to making sure a lowly storyteller doesn't feel homesick. So when I do jump out on those trips, follow along on the journey, and I'm telling you, I really do appreciate it. Now, the thing that inspired me to go ahead and sit down and get this one out today, I went to a school this morning and I do an assembly. Well, actually, I do several assemblies at this school. It's a school that I've been working in partnership on community building, and not just within the structure of the school, but within the surrounding community and with the parents. So I've been working real closely with this school on what it means to be a community and making sure that at every grade level that each of the children see themselves as an integral part of the community and getting them to understand how they can contribute to their community at different grade levels, making them responsible for one another. And well, you know, but I would say every maybe 4 months or so, I return to the school. Today was my last day, but I'll probably be going back in the following school year. So here's what happened when I got to the school. When I got to the school, I ran into a few administrators, and they told me that the school had been on lockdown the day before. There had been some crime committed in the area, and apparently this frightened many of the children, the younger children, so much that there were children crying, and it was a traumatizing event, the way it was described to me. So I go to the auditorium, which is where I typically set up. And as I'm going to the auditorium, I'm keeping in mind, as a storyteller, we have to provide the appropriate scene. We want to change the environment. So I'm thinking, if these children went through all of this yesterday, I want to bring something really special. So I kept thinking about stories and what types of conversations we could have, and nothing scripted. Usually when I walk into my storytelling sessions, I try to be aware of the moment. So I'm walking into the auditorium, and it's connected to the outside. So they close the doors of the auditorium when school starts, and that shuts off the outside world. But until then, there's the parking lot, and the parents bring the children to the auditorium. So I'm walking towards the auditorium, and I see an older woman. I'm going to assume maybe she was the grandmother. I know I shouldn't do that, but I see an older woman with a little boy, and the little boy is resisting. He's pushing back at going through the doors of the auditorium. And she's saying, mijo, entra, mijo. Spanish, of course. Go inside, enter, go. And he will not go in. And I walk up behind her, and I stand there because I don't want to interfere with this. And the little boy looks back, and he says, Baba. And I said, hello. And then I went around, because I had a moment to go around, and I walked through the door. And he followed me through the door. And he went in. And what I found out later from a few of the staff members is that this little boy had been so traumatized that he didn't want to go back to school. It just so happened that the day after the lockdown that I was due to come there. So this little boy, upon seeing the storyteller was there, decided that he could come in and he would not have a problem coming to school this day. So I guess maybe he wasn't as traumatized as maybe many of the adults believe, because if a storyteller can change his world that quickly, then, maybe he was doing okay. Okay. I'm going to keep these short, as promised before. I always want to keep these short, check in with you, let you know what's going on. I'm literally performing or doing workshops every single day. And I take time when I get home in the afternoon or evening to try to sit down and do one of these. So if you have any questions, or if there's some comment you want to make, please send it to the email that I provide. I'm going to put it right here. Once again, I always do. So babathestoryteller@gmail.com, and you can write there. I've been getting messages about when is the next Baba Talks, and I appreciate that. But if you guys are actually watching these, go ahead and leave me some comments. Get others to subscribe. Let's see if we can get Baba Talks to be something that a lot more people are interested in. I am not trying to blow this thing up, but I do appreciate people who understand the depth or desire a depth of conversation and want to know what's going on with the old storyteller. So once again, I'll put it here again. There you go. Go ahead and email babathestoryteller@gmail.com. And it's been fun. If you have any questions or you want me to answer them in the next Baba Talks, which will be 11. Wow, that's a milestone. We made it to Baba Talks number 11. Send me your emails, questions, any statements, comments. And I'll tell you what, the next time I do another Baba Talks, I'll read them here. How's that? All right. I appreciate all of you for tuning in, for being with me on this journey. And until I pass across again, as I always say, Doni Doni Kononi Benyagada.